Welcome to The Explainer. Today we are diving into a wild historical mystery that actually connects right back to the daily beauty routines of millions of us. Seriously, it's a story of hidden dangers, crazy historical parallels, and, most importantly, what we're literally putting right on top of our heads. Let's get right into it.
Okay, so to kick things off, let's ask a slightly scary but completely fascinating question. Think about our go-to protective styles, right? The wigs, the box braids, the extensions we absolutely love. Well, what if the hair we're wearing every single day is low-key giving Mad Hatter vibes? I know, it sounds like a totally out there comparison at first, but as we're going to see from the source material, it's actually incredibly spot on.
Section 1, The Mad Hatter Mystery, a history of hidden toxins.
So, most of us probably know that wild, totally unpredictable Tea Party character from Alice in Wonderland, right? But check this out. There is a very real, historical reason he was written that way. Back in the day, hat makers actually used a super heavy chemical called mercury to process their materials. And over time, being exposed daily to this hidden toxin literally messed with their brains. We're talking severe shakiness, confusion, crazy mood swings. That occupational hazard? That is exactly where the phrase mad as a hatter comes from.
Moving on to Section 2, 900 hidden chemicals in hair. Fast forward to today.
So, when scientists actually start looking closely at our modern beauty practices, specifically our wigs, braids, and extensions, they're finding a shockingly similar pattern. Guys, we are essentially repeating history here. Back then, people wore hats laced with hidden chemicals. Now, people wear hair filled with hidden chemicals. And the crazy part is, the vast majority of consumers have absolutely no idea what is sitting right there on top of their heads.
Just let this number sink in for a second. Over 900. Scientists are finding over 900 different chemicals hidden inside synthetic hair. That is a staggering amount of unknown substances to just place directly onto your skin and scalp for weeks at a time.
And look, these aren't just harmless everyday ingredients. We are talking about heavy hitters here. The data shows things like lead in most synthetic hair, and I don't need to tell you that lead is absolutely not something your body wants anywhere near it. On top of that, there are chemicals directly linked to cancer, along with compounds that actively mess with your hormones. These disruptors are literally just hanging out in the hair we use for our protective styles.
Section 3, Plastic, Heat, and Toxic Fumes. Uncovering the why.
So this brings up the million-dollar question, right? Why on earth are manufacturers putting over 900 chemicals into the hair we buy? Well, it all comes down to one fundamental truth. Synthetic hair is just plastic. That's it. Raw plastic doesn't naturally flow or shine or feel soft like human hair. To make it mimic the real thing, manufacturers have to pump it full of chemical plasticizers for that soft texture, synthetic dyes for color, and heavy preservatives just to make it last on the shelves. You aren't just wearing hair, you are wearing a highly engineered, chemically treated piece of plastic.
And that leads us directly to a massive risk factor: heat. Think about it. When you apply heat to this chemically treated plastic, whether you're using a hot tool, boiling water to seal the ends of your braids, or even just sitting under a hot hair dryer, it essentially starts to melt. And what happens? You end up breathing in toxic fumes. It acts like this invisible smoke, lifting those hidden chemicals right out of the plastic and putting them straight into the air you are actively breathing.
Section 4, Resetting your scalp safely. Moving smarter with installs.
Okay, let's be real for a second. Wigs and braids, they aren't going anywhere. We love them. But knowing what we know now, we really have to move smarter. Think of your scalp exactly like the rest of your skin. I mean, you wouldn't put fresh lotion on dirty skin, right? No way, you'd wash it first. Well, the exact same rule applies to your head. There are zero shortcuts here. You absolutely have to clean it first before trapping it under chemically treated synthetic hair.
So, let's look at how to build a much safer routine. Step 1 is simply recognizing that you need a completely clean foundation. Step 2 is actively detoxing your scalp before you install anything. Using a product like ToxiTress is a great way to do this. By taking this vital detox step, you stop trapping old buildup, your natural oils, and those synthetic chemicals right against your skin. You get to start totally fresh. And finally, step 3, you can safely move forward with your hair install.
It really is that straightforward. Hitting the reset button on your scalp to create a totally clean foundation is absolutely the simplest, most effective way to ensure healthier hair. You're literally removing that barrier of chemicals and buildup, which actually allows your natural hair and scalp to breathe underneath your protective style. To properly reset your scalp and keep your next install safe, definitely check out resources like ToxiTress.info. Because ultimately, nobody wants to walk around carrying that modern-day Mad Hatter energy, right? So, before you go and book your next appointment, I want you to ask yourself a serious question. What is really hiding under your hair?